This is Bishop Jack Weiser from out in what county? With Jefferson? Jefferson County. Runs the Just for Jesus homeless outreach. And the first time I started hearing about it and the methodology and their whole approach, I just thought it was a real neat thing. I mean, I don't know about the style of worship and all that stuff. I haven't been out there, but just the mission. And the mission is converting this prison population. And this is really one reason why I wanted to have you here. This Cedric Kerberson, who's coming up, works with a fellow named O.G. Law, who is down in Philadelphia ministering to the former prison inmates, and they got like 300,000 of them down in Philadelphia. And we can set fire on some of these efforts because this this prison to or whatever they call it back into society pipeline is just killing people, and they're just letting them out, taking them off these medications. So I mean, Jack, honestly, I talked to you on the phone about this a couple of weeks ago when we first talked about it, and I just said, there's just a sense. I mean, these things, these advocacy and philanthropy outreach things are so difficult because you just never know when things are going to line up and things are going to move forward. But you find people, when you're on this journey, you find people in your life, and you embrace everybody that you find, and as part of the journey. Once you fully embrace that this is a journey that you're on, you just accept everybody that you know as part of it. And I don't even know how we got in touch with each other, but that's how I felt about Jack. And I just, I just feel from everything that I've heard from you and the events of yours that I've gone to and your powerful speaking that there are good things coming. So why don't you comment, on what you do? I mean, whatever you want to do. Just talk to the cameras, talk to me, however you want to do it.
Good to be here, and we've battled, as you know, many aspects of justice as far as work.
With some successes. Yes. So we got to point out those successes.
With homeless, as far as veterans, as far as the mentally ill, which isn't a mental illness anyhow, but they're classified as that. But those who have been fallen into the psychiatric realm, we help them come out of mental hospitals. Just drug addictions, which is still opiate related, that is now severe. So we help people come off the streets who drug addictions, alcoholism, now with the psychiatric medications. And,
that's the big issue. That's become one.
And it's really knocked a lot of people down. Then the inmates, which are being labeled, and then they have nowhere to go. We have a fallen government. They don't have the answer. They don't know what to do. I've been fighting that for 17 years. They do not have an answer. That's it. Other than an upholstered jail cell, which is called a community correctional center, okay, or a halfway house. But there's still no answer of freedom. There's inmates that are, even after they serve their time, they're still being penalized because there's no freedom isn't there. The system doesn't know how to work the compassionate love that God would want.
Can I ask you, did you happen to bring that report with you?
Which one?
That one that you were carrying around that they prepared over there in one of those house committees or something about their homeless outreach? The one that you flipped through and has those thousands of pages and no mention of Jesus or justice.
Right. It may be in my briefcase, but that's in my truck.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't need to see it now. But you know what? I have a problem with that.
That was another thing that it just goes. They don't have an answer. They come up with a 2-inch thick homeless caucus research for 2 years. It was nothing more than someone sat down and put together a bunch of old news. And there's still not a solution. But it was a waste of money and time.
I was actually hoping you would have that because I wanted to show people that. And what a waste, what an absolute waste of our resources, our capital, our hearts and our minds, and people like you out there who are fighting this fight and have real solutions. And these people over here are held in their committee rooms with people who are paid for their nonprofits to produce reports so they can get money, and people can get money and get tax write-offs, and nothing gets done in this system anymore. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it.
Right now,
we all got to be tired of it. We all got to be tired of it.
We have to. I'm in Harrisburg right here and in Pittsburgh, and there's places where the homeless are just living in disgusting, deplorable conditions. Drug use, open syringes laying there, alcohol, and they're ignoring it. And the police are saying that from the mayor down, they have permission to do it, and they're going to turn their eyes from it. And that's an absolute, ignoring the law. And but I can go into all that.
Yeah.
And
Well, yeah, you could go into all of it because it's horrendous, and it's going to happen over our dead bodies, and that ain't happening.
Until the right people step forward and receive the responsibility they deserve for what they've let happen, you're not going to see real answers. We need to hold accountable our officials. We need to hold accountable the people who took the oath of office. We need to hold them accountable for these areas.
Well, and you know what we need even more? We need people who look at Jack Weiser and listen to his message and don't reject him because he's not supported by the right people or doesn't have the right kind of organization or the right bottom line in his nonprofit. You know, you got to have people with compassion who are elected, who understand the people that they're serving and not these institutions in the system. But you guys travel well, and you know, if you guys, any of you guys want to say anything, comment real quick, you know, for the video record here. I really appreciate you guys coming out. I really do.
I appreciate you having us here.
Yeah, and we'll be back, and I'll be back out there soon. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. I was going to take this off anyway.
Well, I better say one thing. Instead of people putting Bishop down for what he does, they should just stand up for what he does do, because there are not really that many people out here nowhere that is even willing to help people.
Well, you know what? You know what? I'm going to go on the record here. I'm going to make a bold statement on the record here, and I've shied away from this because, you know, when you're trying to bring people in, you don't want to alienate them first. You kind of work with them a little bit. And this one part of the homeless outreach that the Just for Jesus done is this reaching out to sex offenders. And my firm view is now and always has been that sex offenders are children of God who are in need of God's love. And that's how you heal that situation. You don't lock them up and throw them away forever and not address the core of the problem. Let's create a world where children aren't being harmed so then that they don't become victims, they don't become perpetrators when they're older. So, you know, God bless you in that effort. And, you know, and honestly, I mean, there is nothing more horrendous. I have, you know, if anybody ever tied my name into harming children, that would really ignite a fire in me that I would not contain too well. However, and I know it does happen, and I know it's deplorable conduct in every way, but there's no sane or well person who would engage in that kind of behavior. And my belief is that Jesus, God, belief, and whatever can make anybody well. Amen. And that's what we're all about here. So.
Amen. He can.
And Bishop Weiser, being that he houses the most sex offenders in one area for the number of years that he has put together a book that would be a solution to the SO problem. This would be designed to stop somebody before they would actually commit a crime. This is stories that various guests in the ministry have put together about what they would tell somebody who's thinking about committing an SO crime, and telling them what their experiences were in jail after having committed the crime, and the Bible verses that have led them to turn their lives around after that and keep them from recommitting. And just, it's a very powerful little book.
He also has other books.
Anybody else here? Yeah, go ahead.
He got a book about depression and anxiety. The depression book is a very good book. Instead of popping these medications,
can I ask a question? Are you guys
all these other pills, why don't you open up the Bible? Why don't you get a time to read the Bible like you get a time to pop that next pill?
Right.
Are you guys all with the out in Jefferson County?
Yeah,
I think I met you before.
I came from Bradford County, Northumberland County.
Okay.
I'm just recently out of prison, and I had a hard time because of my crime finding a shelter or a homeless outreach, and Bishop Jack Weiser is the only one. Just for Jesus opened his doors for me. Other places won't do it because of my crime.
Huh.
That's a shame.
Well, God bless you for having
When you
a
go
place,
to,
you know.
your time at the outreach, you go up to this farm, and you know you're taught a trade. You know, for staying at his house, open up his home to you.
Uh-huh.
You do other things on the farm. You learn how to take care of animals, how to do construction, how to, you know, do all that stuff, and he teaches that to the men. And it's a very good program there.
Amen. Amen. How many guys you got? How many do you have out there in your program now?
17, 18.
17 at the Brockway House.
How many?
17 at the Brockway House.
The
wow.
Brockway House, and then we have 5 up at the Brockport House.
Oh wow, wow, that's a good number.
Because of, we're doing this for 17 years, okay, and because of the system, if you will, every aspect of it I've covered. This year, I kind of backed off a little bit on taking in people. What I did was, instead of being used by the state and the government, the ministry is being used by the state, DOC, parole, probation. So it was their way out to send people. Well, that's okay, but now, and the mental health units. So what they were doing was sending people right from the hospital to the ministry. Well, we're a homeless outreach. So I raised the bar and I said, look, here's what I want you to do. I want you to be responsible. You put the person on the street first, then we'll come and get them. I want you to be responsible for saying, we don't have a place for them. We're going to put them right out on the street. Then the person can contact us. We'll come and get them, because as long as they're still in the hospital, they aren't homeless.
That's right.
They have a place to stay.
Right.
You're caring for them.
That's
I
right.
want you to make that decision. Same thing with the state and local jails. I want you to make that decision and put them out homeless. Then we will come and get them.
Okay.
So that
well, that's
kind
what I was just going to ask you. Jack, I mean, obviously, for all these efforts, everybody needs funding. So I want to stay away from that right now. God will provide what needs to be provided. But, for you, for a message out there for people who don't know about Just for Jesus, homeless outreach, what can I do for you? What would you want to say to the people to get your message out? How can we use this? Because I'm going to do something with this. I mean, we're going to get this message out.
The best thing for that is I have 17 years of information I can share, and to teach and show people what homelessness looks like, show them all the aspects. I've taken on every agency in the state, right up to the governor, and I have so much information to share on how we can do this and do it as a church, okay, through the church, all right, because that's where I'll go. There's 2 sides to this, where we got the church. The love and compassion is we're taught in the Bible to help those in need. That's the church's side. Then you got the people out there. Well, they don't believe in God. That's fine. That's their choice. That's the secular side. So let the church take care of their side. And you're talking to somebody who had their church surrounded by police, and they crawled through the windows with guns and apprehended. And we won that in federal court. So that's where I'm coming from. So if you have secular people that don't want God, then your government, you better find a place for them.
That's right.
Right now, they're letting them live illegally out in the city streets in tents.
Yep.
They're ODing in their tents. They're public drunkenness. They're urinating everywhere, and that's okay. They're just ignoring it. You and I go out and litter, we got a fine. If you and I go over here right now and urinate in these bushes, we're getting a fine. They're over there doing it at the Presbyterian Church openly. They're 25 of them at a time, and the cops are walking right by them. I have it on film, walking right by them. It's okay. That's not justice.
I mean, the bottom line,
it's wrong.
And we honestly, we can go into these stories and anecdotes all day long.
We got to get this information out.
Yeah,
so
you got to
understand what they're doing.
But people, but to me, Jack, in many ways, it's not just about. I mean, people know that people are suffering. We know that there are homeless. We know that people can't get jobs. Why aren't we doing anything about it? Why we got to change people's hearts some way.
We have to, that's right.
It's
We
not
gotta
about a new
get them out.
policy. It's not about a new proposal. It's not about a new meeting. It's about a new revolution to try to reach people in a whole different way.
It has to
And that's
be.
what we're trying to do.
That's right.
And we're going to do it. We're going to do it.
He's here. He could be out there doing other things.
That's what I always
He's
tell
here.
people. People
He's
always-
here. This man could be out doing things that we're all going, really? He's here. I'm here.
I'm saying it's up to
beautiful.
my generation
Yes.
to try to fix things.
That's right.
But like Bishop said, people got to start taking action for what they've done and let happen to them.
We got to bring that goodness back. We got to bring God back. We really do. That's the missing element.
I concur.
I agree with that too.
Jesus was a smart teacher.
Yeah, he
He
was.
taught a simple message.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Hey, you guys can sit down. Go ahead. All right. Hey, go pass out. Go take some of those roses.
Gonna catch them coming from that way, this way.
Yeah.
They're down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.